Tonight on 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. The winter season is here and we have highlights from all around the Bay Area. Dougherty Valley battles Pittsburgh, Leland meets Oak Grove, and Oakland Tech takes on St. Joe's.
We have soccer action with Amador Valley and Livermore. The season with Pinewood girls basketball continues as the Panthers meet an old friend. And one of the top wrestlers finding her home on the mat. 49ers Cal High Sports Report starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Cal High Sports Report presented by U.S. Bank. I'm Robert Brownstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. We start tonight with the Campo Lindo Cougars off to a fine start with senior point guard David Ahazi averaging nearly 18 points a game.
The Cougars meeting a very strong San Leandro team off to a 6-1 start, part of the El Cerrito tournament played on Thursday afternoon. The San Leandro Pirates making the trip to El Cerrito to face Campo in the Gaucho Holiday Classic. San Leandro, great ball movement early. The ball finds Siri Sawyer, who gets the lay-in for two. But back come the Cougars. Jake Chan with the pass to Carter Mahaney, who fires and hits from mid-range as Campo takes a 1-point lead after one. The Pirates trying to stay within striking distance in the second. The first shot is off, but right there to clean it up is Sawyer, who gets the second chance shot to go. Campo answering back on their end. David Ahazi with the dish to Matt Riddell, who finishes with the lay-in while taking some contact as the Cougars take a 22-21 lead at the half. San Leandro looking to rally in the third. Keyshawn Johnson takes the pass, drives to the hoop, and slams it down with authority. Look at that. But Campo Lindo still hanging on to the lead. Mahaney kicks it to Ahazi, who decides to attack the basket for two, and that was a good idea, as the Cougs take a 40-39 lead after one. The Pirates pull ahead in the fourth. Junior Maley finds Isaiah Malora in the paint, and Isaiah lays it up and in. San Leandro looking for some insurance late. Johnson with the baseball pass to Kiki Aguirre, who gets the shot to go, and the foul as the Pirates win it. 51-49 is the final. San Leandro goes to 7-2 on the season. Sawyer and Johnson leading the way.
Sophomore Sam Armis repping the New York Memorial Cougars as they travel to Lynbrook to face the Vikings. New York on the move, Riley Sarasua passes it forward to Armis, and she banks it in for the 6-5 lead, but the Vikings get to work. Lydian Lee playing great defense. She strips the ball away and goes coast to coast for the lay-in. Lynbrook just warming up. Lydian dishes it out to Jessica at Maja in the corner. 4-3, it's 14-6 Vikings. Lynbrook continues to show off their range in the second. It's Julia Lynn to Lydian, who makes it splash from downtown. Lynbrook pulls away in the second quarter. Nice ball movement here. Kavitha Thiramaran to Julia, back to Thiramaran to give the Vikings the 11-point lead. Watch the spin move by Sarah Ho, a very talented sophomore for the Vikings. New York Memorial comes back from halftime with some grit. Nicole Tilley passes it to Armis, and she drives to the hoop for the lay-in, but the Vikings continue to make it rain. Adita Raja hits Admaja for the deep jumper. That is money. Lynbrook wins this one big, 53-34, to bring the Vikings to 6-3 on the season. A big night for Lydia Lee, 17 points.
The Midi Monarchs getting set to take on Alisal Thursday afternoon. Abraham Montagna for Alisal with a nice centering pass into the box, but Angel Rojero is there to gobble it up. Later first half free kick for Midi's Oscar Toulé, who fires it far post, and it goes by everyone, still no score. Great chance for Midi here as Victor Diaz sends it out to Michael Garnieri into the box for Mika Cinco, who has it just over the crossbar. 27th minute as Alisal's Joel Garces sends it ahead to Osvaldo Avalos, who volleys it sharply on net, and that is a terrific shot and a 1-0 Alisal lead. 32nd minute, and Alisal threatening again as Avalos sends it ahead perfectly for Armando Alvarez, who gets off a shot, but it's just wide. 1-0 Alisal, second half as Toulé. A nice ball into the box. Again, it's Cinco with the header, but this one is headed over the bar by the Trojans, Alvarez. 65th minute, Midi desperate for an equalizer. The ball goes into the goalie, but the referee rules the Midi player running on was yelling at the goalie. You can't do that. The goal is disallowed, and Alisal wins it 1-0 behind the sole goal by Avalos.
Each week, we present the Players of the Week and a rap produced by the Hip Hop Department at the Riker Center.
The Riker Center producing an original rap every week based on last week's games. Here are this week's Players of the Week.
Yeah, Riker Center, Championship Edition. Your players of the week, coming out of the backfield, it's Gabe Herrera. This dude's game is hotter than a day in the Sahara. Scoring 4 times for the Wilcox Chargers in a game in which the magnitude couldn't be larger. He gained 246 yards on the ground on 24 carries to take the Kaiser Cats down 41-27. Gabe ignited the victory to bring the first state championship in school history. This next athlete is really playing ball. It's freshman quarterback Dre and Paul. Look at the box score, the stats say it all. He stays balling no matter what play they call. In the huddle, he's leading the drives for McClymonds, throwing 2 touchdowns, no errors in his timing. 142 passing yards through the air. Now Mac is state champs for the 3rd consecutive year. Yeah, the Rikers Center, Cal High Sports. Happy holidays, your players of the week.
Stanford Healthcare brings us great information on sports-related injuries every week.
Here's the 49ers head team physician, Dr. Tim McAdams, with this week's tip.
Muscle cramps after exercise have long been thought to be due to fluid and electrolyte loss. This causes sensitization of the nerves in your muscle, and then you get a cramp. This is worsened in hot and humid environments, and this is why we see a lot of cramping in the summer training camps for the NFL. And this decreases markedly as it gets cooler in the fall and the winter. This cause has been challenged recently by theories of another one called neuromuscular, in which a fatigued muscle shortens, causing an imbalance of the nerve input and results in cramping. Both fluid loss and muscle shortening are likely culprits, and this is why both fluid replacement and stretching are used to treat cramps. Make sure your fluid replacement drink of choice has adequate electrolyte content to be effective, and take at least 1 hour before exercise for optimal absorption.
Coming up, the Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game as Leland battles Oak Grove.
And the season with Pinewood girls basketball continues as the girls take on a former Panther now coaching against them. That's up next.
When you're ready to buy a house, a mortgage from U.S. Bank could help make it possible. And a dedicated financial partner will be with you every step of the way. See about pre-qualifying today. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
Defender twice my size. Bring it. Down by 2? I got this. I love this game as much as the pros. I may not play for the Warriors, but I have the same doctors. Teaming up to keep the pros and me at the top of our game.
It's here! It's the Big Finish sales event at the #1 hybrid dealer in the world, South County of Gilroy. Get $15,000 off the MSRP, huge tax breaks, and rebates on the best-selling hybrid in the Silicon Valley, the Chrysler Pacifica. This is your last chance to get your tax credit and access the commuter lane. Only 125 left. They are selling fast, so get yours today. South County of Gilroy and South County of Marin. Tax break, tax break, tax break.
At San Jose State University,
we discover who we want to be.
For ourselves,
for our families,
for our communities.
Different and unexpected.
Begin here.
At the heart of a transforming valley, in a city that is tough and beautiful.
We are Spartans.
What powers us changes our world.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the Leland Chargers having a great season. The Chargers 8-1 with a big game this week.
The Chargers taking on rival Oak Grove. The Eagles playing lots of tight games early this season and looking to topple the Chargers Tuesday night. It's our Block Construction CCS Blockbuster game, and Robert was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Tonight's game features South Bay rivals Leland and Oak Grove. For the Leland Chargers, you can look for number 23, Sohan Chirsagar, an outstanding scorer for the Chargers, averaging 21 points and 7 rebounds a game. For Oak Grove, their top shooter is number 4, Evan Meyer. Evan hoping to lead his Oak Grove Eagles over the Leland Chargers in tonight's CCS Block Construction blockbuster game. These Almaden hoopsters cheering on their Leland Chargers. Oak Grove on the board first, though. Here's Evan Meyer slicing into the lane, scooping it home for a 2-0 lead. But Leland takes charge from there. Shirsagar rebounds and quickly outlets it to Jaden Dangtran. Nice pass down low to Fawad Elimu for 2. More Chargers in the first as Preston Weber is doing good work in the post. His hook shot gives the Chargers an 8-2 lead. The Chargers in transition again with Shirsagar passing way up court to Elimu, who tosses it over to Weber, who lays it in. Elimu this time drops it back for Shirsagar, who nails the 3, and the Chargers take a 17-7 lead. Just before the half now, the Eagles looking to get back in it. Casey Quach nails the corner 3. Still Leland up big at the half. The Chargers stay in control in the third. Shirsagar stepping into the lane, then dishing to Elimu for 3. It's 42-19 Leland. The Chargers close it out here again. Up court quickly to Shirsagar, who makes some room and nails the long 2-point shot as Leland wins it big. Shirsagar, a big night for the Chargers, who likes the way his team looks right now.
Yeah, we definitely got off to a great start. I think we're playing really well as a team, and all the seniors here have great leadership and picking up these juniors here. So I think, like you said, we're off to a great start.
Tonight we continue our series this season with Pinewood girls basketball.
This week the girls playing against one of the team's all-time best players, now coaching for the other side. The season with Pinewood girls basketball is brought to you by Morgan Mano Shepler, your trusted Peninsula real estate agent, and by Chef Chu's, a Peninsula favorite for tempting innovative Chinese cuisine since 1970. Practice this week for the Pinewood Panthers is a lot like looking in the mirror. On Saturday night, Pinewood takes on the St. Francis Lancers, coached by Sammy Polisso, who played for Doc at Pinewood 11 years ago, winning a state title.
Whenever I have a Pinewood shirt on and someone says, "Oh, did you go to Pinewood?" I always say, "Yeah, I went to Pinewood, I played basketball." And for those people who are part of the basketball community, they're always like, "Whoa, wow." You know, and that feeling of being so proud to have been a part of a program.
Coach Polisso is trying to build a program at St. Francis modeled after the program where she played at Pinewood. So when the two teams take the court, they will know exactly how the other team plays. It will be a battle of similar philosophies between two very competitive coaches.
I'm playing for my team to get better. She's playing for her team to get better as well. And we both play similar styles because we both embrace this style of play. So it'd be like they know our plays, they know our actions, and we know their actions as well.
I think we both share such a passion for this sport. A lot of the passion that I have for the sport came from him. He was the one that kind of taught me how to love the game. But more importantly, we've been through life things, right? The passing of my mom and the passing of his father and things kind of greater than basketball.
Sammy's mom, Nancy, passed away last spring after a long battle with ALS. Nancy was also a basketball coach. She and Doc would have animated discussions about the Pinewood program.
I laugh because they would battle. The two of them would go at it, right? Just going back and forth, and my mom being Mama Bear, and Doc realizing that and understanding that. But again, we're talking about, my mom, who also had a great passion for this sport.
Sammy is indebted to the Pinewood community for their support during her mom's illness. As a former teacher and player at Pinewood, Sammy knows the Panthers will always be her family. But now she is a Lancer. As the Pinewood team prepares to take on her Lancers, Sammy knows it will be an emotional game.
Obviously it means a lot to my girls because they know what it means to me to play against a team like that. And I think they put a lot more pressure on themselves to perform better, which I appreciate them feeling that way because it is a big game for me, but I have to remember it's just another game.
We're both very competitive people and we want to win, but on the second side of it, we're both very human and love each other. You know the magic. I think I am.
Wow,
Yeah.
we're having dinner after.
The coach and his former player all smiles before the big game. The Lancers come in a perfect 9-0. Pinewood is 6-0. One of these teams will pick up their first loss of the season tonight.
1, 2, 3.
Number one focus point is building our greatness, all right? Let's use the euphoria, if you will, of the Hawaii trip and let that lead into great things tonight as well.
As the Pinewood girls head to the basketball court, a big crowd piles into the Pinewood gym. Pinewood and St. Francis fans for sure, but also fans of quality basketball. The Pinewood defense stifling from the start. Yale-bound senior Clara Astrom flying in to block a deep three, and then a surprise. Hannah Jump takes the role of center and shows off her skills in the post. Paige Uehara keeps the Lancers close early with this three, firing up the St. Francis bench. But the Panthers continue to drive to the basket, leaving the three-point shot behind. When Astrom drives and scores, the Panthers have a 16-8 lead after one. More of the same in the second as Annika Decker drives the baseline and scores, and it's a 12-point Pinewood lead. Jump is awesome in the paint for the Panthers. Her rebound and putback part of a 26-point game for Hannah. Uehara firing another three for the Lancers. Still St. Francis down by 22 with seconds to play in the half, but Jump races down court, lofting a deep three at the buzzer and hits it. Pinewood leads 39-14 at the half. More of the same in the second half as the game is all but over. But in the third quarter, Una Jovanovic racing up court lands awkwardly on her right leg, falling in pain. It appears to be a major injury to one of the Panthers' top players. As Una is carried off the court, the team must continue to play, knowing their teammate is suffering and in pain. The game ends with a big Pinewood win.
Good stuff. You guys are going to be there.
We got a long way to go.
Huh?
We got a long way to go.
The big question is the injury to Una and whether this sophomore will play again this season. Next week, we'll follow the Panthers through the West Coast Jamboree Tournament against some really great competition.
Now time for the South County Chrysler U.S. Bank Coach of the Week Award.
This week's Coach of the Week is Lincoln of San Francisco head coach Phil Ferrigno. In his 17th season at Lincoln, the Mustangs went undefeated, winning the school's first ever state title last week behind a great performance by quarterback Javon Baker.
Phil Ferrigno, our South County Chrysler U.S. Bank Coach of the Week.
Cinemark has opened its new luxury cinemas at Southland Mall in Hayward, and we're going to give out free passes for two with a trivia contest.
Here's this week's question. Both the late actor-comedian Robin Williams and Seattle Seahawks head coach Pete Carroll went to the same North Bay High School. Name the school. Go to Twitter with your answer. 49ers Cal High is our handle.
The answer to last week's question is Tom Hanks went to Skyline High School. Coming up, back to the hardwood for Gunn and Evergreen Valley.
But first, take a look at our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Girls Basketball Power Rankings.
Luxury real estate is far more than a transaction. It's about living the life you deserve. Morgan Mano Shepler with McGuire Real Estate knows a commitment at this level requires a rock-solid relationship with experts who truly understand each local community. Go to Morgan's website to learn more about available homes for sale, read Morgan's client testimonials, and request a complimentary home valuation. With Morgan's proven track record for success, her clients enjoy a complete concierge service experience from start to finish. Because anything is possible when you have the right agent.
Enjoy the latest movies in a luxury lounger at the new Century Theater, now opened at Southland Mall in Hayward. For tickets, download the app or go to Cinemark.com.
High school sports builds character, builds communities, builds legacies, and Block Construction plays a big part in this, building state-of-the-art athletic facilities all around the Bay Area. With an unwavering commitment to teamwork, innovation, and quality workmanship, Block Construction places great value on dedication, performance, and successful outcomes. Block projects inspire excellence and are a place where memories and legacies are built. Block Construction, we care, we prepare, we perform.
When I first came here, my goal was to be a contributing player on my high school's JV football team. The center actually not only helped me achieve my goals, but exceed even what I initially set out to do. I was able to continue playing football professionally through a lot of the things that I learned at the Rega Center. The Rega Center is a place to help you achieve your goals and then, tailor it to whatever the person's goals might be.
You're watching the 49er Cal High Sport Report.
We are back at Levi Stadium with the Evergreen Valley Cougars off to an impressive start this season at 7-1 with Rohan Bindu averaging 17 points a game.
The Cougs taking on a gun team hoping to battle for a De Anza Division title this season. The two teams meeting Monday night. The Gun Titans heading to the locker room, getting ready to face Evergreen Valley. The Titans in possession. Jake Humble finds Julian Steinbrenner for the three-point shot to put Gun on the board. Evergreen with an answer. Alvin Lee connects with Rohan Bindu for a beautiful three-pointer. But Gun back on the attack. Nicholas Olsen to Steinbrenner again for the three ball. He's good at those. But Bindu is also great at shooting threes, and here he is again draining it for Evergreen Valley. But Gun with the 22-21 lead at halftime, and in the third quarter, Steinbrenner sharing the ball with Humble, who swishes it from downtown, and the Titans trail by 2. Check out this defense by Krishna Ramdas, who knocks the ball away. Radhir Chenna is there to bring it home. Evergreen with the two-possession lead. A quick play here for the Titans. Michael O passes it deep into the hands of Varun Matabushi for the layup. But it's all Evergreen Valley from here. A steal by Chenna leads to a layup, giving the Cougars the 48-42 advantage. And here's a defensive play by Evergreen. The shot by Gun is denied by Shrikar Kadapali, and Chenna brings it down the court, and Kadapali finishes. The Cougars go on to win it 52-45, adding a 6th win to their winning streak.
We head back out to the soccer pitch as Livermore and Amador Valley look to stay undefeated. Into the first 2 minutes of the game, Olivia Crumman-Gans goes across the field to Lily Riddell, who unloads this one at the back of the net. The Lady Cowboys score first. A few minutes later, Livermore looking to score again. This ball is crossed into Crumman-Gans, who slides in, but Bailey Alvarez-Walls is there for the save. At the 33rd minute mark, Maylee Smith to Allison Jones looking to tie this game, but Lindsay Harnish is there to shut down the Lady Dons. In the second half now, Julia Gonsman crosses this inside to Kieran Wallace, who heads it forward, but Kelsey Hoops is there to keep the Dons scoreless. Here it's Riddell looking for her second goal at the 67th minute mark, but it's Alvarez-Walls with another one of her 14 saves. It's still 1-0 Cowboys. In the final moments, Amador looking to tie the game up with Kennedy Mayo unloading a rocket on net, but Hoops shuts down Amador Valley to complete the shutout as Livermore stays undefeated to start the season, 1-0 the final. Once again this season, the San Jose Earthquakes and Valley Health Plan are bringing us the boys and girls soccer players of the week.
This week's girls soccer player of the week is Mountain View freshman Allie Montoya. Allie scoring 2 goals in a come-from-behind win last week.
She is really good. The NCS soccer player of the week is Richmond's Roberto Gonzalez. Roberto had 2 goals in the Oilers' win last week. Coming up, our South County Chrysler Game of the Week as Oakland Tech takes on St. Joe's.
And to the soccer pitch for Campolendo and Acalanes, you're watching the nation's top high school sports show, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Callaways wanted to share the beauty of our country with their kids through the gift of travel, but fulfilling this dream seemed out of reach. Familiar with their adventurous ambition, Tri-Counties Bank personal banker Violet Diaz and team explored different financial avenues, sending them down the road with a flexible home equity line of credit to fund a family RV. Now lasting memories are on the horizon. That's service worth sharing. For personalized problem solving, switch to Tri-Counties Bank. Service with solutions.
College football fans, get your popcorn ready and start your New Year's Eve party early at the Red Box Bowl. Secure your spot at Levi's Stadium December 31st at noon as Oregon takes on Michigan State, only on Fox. 2 great conferences, 2 great teams, 1 unforgettable bowl game. The Red Box Bowl, December 31st at Levi's Stadium. Visit redboxbowl.com to lock in your seats today.
Serino Group is committed to giving you the very best service when buying or selling a home, but we're also committed to giving back to the communities we serve. We are encouraged to see the good and uphold it. Serino Group has pledged to give 1% of our gross commissions to charitable and community groups making a positive difference. Serino Group has donated more than $2 million to these groups since the inception of the 1% for Good program in 2012. Go to our website to see the list of recipients. Serino Group, our community is your community.
Hi, I'm Lucy Wiedemeyer.
And I'm Keith Andry.
And we are both brokers with Serino Group. Many of you will remember legendary football coach Charlie Wiedemeyer, my husband, who was a champion of high school sports. And together, Keith and I support high school sports in our Bay Area.
49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Block Construction, together building greatness. By Cupertino Electric, the company delivering power and possibilities and celebrating student athletes making a positive impact. By the Rikes Center, where goals and dreams become a reality. And by Stanford Healthcare.
We head out to the island of Alameda, where the Pilots from St. Joe's take on the Oakland Tech Bulldogs in a tough preseason matchup. Both teams coming into the week with 4-2 records.
Yeah, two really good teams. The Pilots returning strong guard Jacob Harris, and for the Bulldogs, Kobe Keener will be doing some big things on the court. The game is our South County Chrysler Game of the Week. Aubrey was there.
The Pilots of St. Joseph Notre Dame taking the court facing Oakland Tech for our Game of the Week. Pilots on the fast break, Julian Vaughns to Jalen Jones to give St. Joe's the 9-8 lead. Bulldogs with possession, Timothy Thomas finds Dean Saleh, and then it's McNeil's leak with the three-point shot to tie it up at 11. A minute later, the Pilots' shot is blocked by Rasan Young, but Joshua Henry gets a loose ball and finishes the drive with the basket in the and one. Pilots with the 19-14 lead after one, and in the second, Thomas with a pass to Rasan Young, and Rasan buries the three ball from the corner. The Pilots begin to pull away, though. Vaughns pulls up for the nice three-pointer. He was getting ready to have himself a very good night. Jalen Thompson then finds Vaughns buried in the corner, and the shot is good for three more. St. Joe's outscoring their opponent 16-2 in the second. Vaughns to Eric Greer, and the Pilots have the 35-16 lead at halftime. OT starts off the second half with a run. Harris to Thomas, and Timothy lands the long bank shot and gets fouled for the 4-point play, but St. Joe's was on their A game. Jones drives in, kicks it to Elijah Palmer at the top of the arc, then Tyler Woods drains a long ball. Fast break here, 2-on-2, Greer finds his man Jones, who dumps in the contested layup, and a little over a minute left in the game. Jones, with four men on him in the paint, leaves Aston Korth with an open three for his final 3 points of the night, and St. Joe's with a big win over a great team. Vaughns contributing 27 points in this one.
These guys behind me just pulled off a huge preseason victory. These are the St. Joe's Pilots. This guy, 27 points. This is Julian Vaughns, our MVP. So this was a tough preseason matchup. What were some of the keys to this win?
Just executing the points that the coach said before the game, and I think it was a team win. Everybody scored, and it started on the defensive end.
Yeah, a lot of blocks in this game. Okay, Eric, you guys graduated just one senior last year? And you guys have a whole bunch of returners, lots of seniors. What is the dynamic like on this team?
Well, we have a lot of returning players, so everyone's still close in. We play team ball a lot, and we like to follow what our coach has to say.
And what are some of this team's strengths this year?
Off the court, we're very close with each other. Everyone talks, everyone hangs out with each other, so that's cool. Like, not all teams have that.
Again, only 11 guys on this roster, okay? How does that translate out on the court?
Well, we all got energy. We all like to hustle. Coach really works us in practice, a lot of running, so we're all ready to go when our name gets called.
These are your Pilots. Guys, take us out.
North Bay Sports coverage is brought to you by South County Chrysler of Marin. The Acalanes Dons getting set to take on league rival Campo Lindo. The Dons looking to get on the board first. Wes Alpert loses the defender, passes to Travis Stevenson, who curls it wide as we head into halftime scoreless. Campo with an early opportunity in the second half. Hari Stoyanov with a corner kick to Montreux Mader, who gets the volley past the keeper for the goal. 1-0 Cougars. Back coming the Dons a few moments later. Nick Giannakopoulos converts from the dot to knot it up at 1-1. Campo answering right back. Riley Brow with the through ball to Kellen Clancy, who muscles off the defender and scores from close range to give Campo a 2-1 lead. Acalanes threatening to equalize here, but check out senior defender Vivek Lashkari laying out for a big goal line clearance to keep the Campo lead intact. The Dons still searching for a goal late as the Giannakopoulos volley hits off the crossbar. The referee says no goal as Campo Lindo hangs on for the win. Both teams are now 3-1 in the Diablo League.
Once again this season, Lexus of Stevens Creek presents the Volunteer Award, part of the Lexus of Stevens Creek commitment to promoting volunteerism.
This week's Lexus of Stevens Creek Volunteer Award goes to Karina Wu, a senior on the Mission San Jose basketball team. Karina volunteers her time teaching reading to underprivileged young people in the Fremont area. Karina talks about why this volunteer work is so important to her.
I've been really lucky. I've been given a lot of opportunities I get to play basketball, I get to go to this school and have a great education. I want to make sure that other kids, even though their families are struggling, I want them to be able to have those opportunities as well and be able to know that they can still succeed well educationally. So.
Coming up, back to the hardwood for Doherty Valley and Pittsburgh.
And later, the inspirational story of one of the nation's top wrestlers. 49ers Cal High Sports Report continues in a moment.
Back at the NBC Sports Studio with the Pittsburgh Pirate basketball team off to a 7-1 start, and this week facing a big preseason test.
That's right, the Pirates taking on a very tough Doherty Valley squad. Mike Hansen's team 6-2 so far this season. The two teams meeting at Pittsburgh Tuesday night. Pittsburgh's Maurice Hunt and Eric Bernard doing a little dance before their game against Doherty Valley. DV taking an early lead, Reese Tahira to Donovan Sevilla for the reverse lay-in. And here Donovan slips away from his defender and lands a long J, extending the Wildcat lead. But the Pittsburgh Pirates have an answer. Alfred Njund with the 3-ball to cut the deficit to 3 for the Pirates to close the first. The rebound is made by Njund, and he takes it himself, bringing it coast to coast for the Pittsburgh lay-in. The Pirates keep the momentum going. Jalen Robertson lobs it to Simeon Richardson, and he puts it away. The Pirates trailing 23-19 at halftime. And back from the half to Hero with the rebound, and Donovan scrambles, free pivots, and nails the one-handed jump shot. The Wildcats leading by 8. Pittsburgh still fighting. Richardson's shot bounces in and out, and he gets his own rebound and doesn't miss shot number 2. But the Wildcats are fierce. Donovan with the steal, bringing it down the court. He bounces it to Kyle Zalatar, and Kyle lands the contested layup. The Wildcats go on to win it 49-40. Donovan with a great game, 18 points. Each week, U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes overcoming adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Tonight, our Colin Kushner introduces us to a tough wrestler whose battles on the mat are just the start of her story.
Fola is just amazing.
To me, wrestling saved her life. When she got on the mat, nothing mattered, nothing existed. That was like a totally different world for her.
3, 2, 1, good.
It's Friday night, and the Menlo Atherton girls wrestling team is practicing. In the room, Eunice Martin watches her daughter Fola wrestle.
I always knew that she loved the male-dominant sports because people would always tell her what she couldn't do. Her attitude was, oh, I'll show you, and I'm going to show you how good I can be.
And boy, is Fola strong. On the wrestling mat,
she doesn't realize what her strength is sometimes, and, you know, when she's sparring with her peers, we kind of got to, hey, she's about 30 pounds lighter, be nice, be kind, be gentle.
And in life.
It was kind of just another bump in the road that, I wasn't going to let stop me, and just something that was going on at the time. And so wrestling was definitely one of the places where I could turn to get a distraction from.
But the senior's journey to becoming the #1 wrestler in her weight class is something no kid should ever have to endure. In between 8th and 9th grade, Fola's family became homeless after her grandfather passed away.
For about a year, we were homeless and bouncing around from shelter to shelter, houses and about an hour away, and just anywhere that we could find that we could have a roof over our head. Sometimes, we had to sleep in the car.
I just couldn't believe it. I was in shock that this was happening in this community.
On the inside, Fola struggled.
She was always an outgoing kid, and so you would never know, even me as her mother, I didn't know the weight that she was carrying on her shoulders due to our family situation.
I definitely tried to keep it to myself. Or in the past, I felt that like my burdens were my burdens and nobody really needed to carry those. And it was just something that I was dealing with.
And when Fola was down, her wrestling family picked her up.
To me, wrestling saved her life. And that's one of the main reasons why I stayed to this area. Wrestling in this team at Menlo Atherton High School, the girls have been awesome, the coaches have been awesome, the teachers have been awesome. They were her support system. They were able to love her for who she was. They never judged her, they never judged us.
That's a heavy thing to hear, to hear that, something like wrestling could save a kid's life. I think our team and its amazing support system have provided quite the support structure.
Pressure on them until they escape, and then your partner goes.
From being homeless to a top-tier wrestler.
I really want to make a name for myself, and I want to make sure that when I'm out there on the mat, I'm doing the best that I can do, and just really making my coaches and teammates proud. We're there to do a job, and I want to do it well.
It's really awesome to see how far she's grown, to see the energy that she's put into wrestling, and to be one of the top wrestlers in the nation. It's an amazing feeling.
Fola Akinola has given inner strength a new meaning.
Set up, shot.
And she's not done yet. In Menlo Park, I'm Colin Kushner, 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
Fola is hoping to use wrestling as a ticket to college and a scholarship, and hopefully then a successful life from there.
So Fola is our Be Human Inspirational Athlete this week. To nominate your favorite inspirational athlete, download the Be Human app in the App Store and use the tag Inspirational Athlete to share what makes your nominee so inspirational. Be Human is humanizing social media. Be human, inspire, and be inspired.
Remember, you can buy the entire game from the games we showed tonight on either DVD or we'll send it to you digitally. Go to 49erscalhighsports.com to order. It does indeed make a terrific Christmas gift.
Be sure to follow us on social media at 49ers Cal High on Twitter and on Instagram. Scroll to our Facebook page and give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube page. That's where you can find and share all the highlights and features you see on the show every week.
One Hit Away brings us great advice on concussion prevention every week.
Here's Dr. Scott Scher with this week's tip.
What to do in the event of a possible concussion to your child or yourself. No matter the game's circumstances, an athlete with a suspected concussion should be removed immediately from play. When in doubt, sit them out. Look for signs and symptoms of a concussion if the athlete has experienced a bump or blow to the head or body. Ensure that the athlete is immediately evaluated by an appropriate healthcare professional. When removing an athlete with a suspected concussion from play, the decision about returning to play should be left to the medical professional. One Hit Away understands your brain can change your game.
Coming up, our block instruction NCS Blockbuster game as Los Lomas hosts San Ramon Valley.
And we'll have girls basketball with Berkeley battling San Leandro. You're watching 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The difference between possible and impossible? It's a person who believes they can, surrounded and supported by others, by us, who believe it too. U.S. Bank, the power of possible.
The Reicha Center is well known as an elite athletic training facility, but you might not be aware of all the ways the center touches the lives of our community. In addition to athletic fitness, nature awareness, and creative arts, the Reicha Center offers a diverse community service program, allowing students to gain leadership and life skills, learning the responsibilities of a real work environment, from working with young children to helping veterans with archery. The community service program will teach students the demands of a professional environment while fulfilling their high school's community service requirements.
Scat Packs, Hellcats, Demons, we've got them all. Fast and furious at South County. Speed is our name. It's the Big Finish sales event at California's #1 volume dealer. Get the new Jeep Cherokee for just $16,888. Jeep Renegade just $12,999. New Jeep Compass for only $13,999. New Fiat's just $11,999 after discounts and rebates. Are you kidding me? Big Finish, big savings, big selection. South County of Gilroy. Drive a little, save a lot.
Back at the NBC Sports studio with the Las Lomas Knights coming off a trip to the state title game and looking to regroup with the loss of some really talented seniors.
Yeah, that was Nate Robinson and Robert Prince. That was an awesome team last year. The Knights meeting San Ramon Valley this week. The Wolves playing very well through a tough preseason schedule. It's our Block Construction NCS Blockbuster game, and our Kiara Biagini was there.
Blockbuster game, yeah.
Welcome to Las Lomas High School as the Knights host the Wolves in a preseason matchup. Last year, Las Lomas captured the Diablo Foothill League and a NorCal title, but this is a new year with a lot of new players. The Knights will look to returning senior Blake Thorpe to be a big playmaker and leader this season. For SRV, look for 6'5" junior Pat Deely, a captain for the Wolves that can play all positions on the court. It's San Ramon Valley at Las Lomas in our Block Construction Blockbuster game.
This one starts with the Knights. Veteran guard JT Estes dishes it out to Nick Kiefer in the corner, who drains the deep three. But the Wolves answer right back with a long ball of their own. It's Daniel Corbett to Sebastian Scott to Pat Deely for three. SRV grabs a steady lead in the first quarter. Michael Santich intercepts the pass and heads for the rack for 2 and 1. Second quarter, Las Lomas takes the lead with an Estes splash from downtown. Estes playing great team ball. He hits Blake Thorpe inside for 2 to close the first half, 23-19 Knights. Back from the half, SRV pulls within 2 as Deely gives it to sophomore Tyler Isaac, who drains the 3. But every time the Wolves come close, Las Lomas executes on offense. Here's Estes with the ball, the shot clock winding down, and he pulls up and hits the 3. The Knights pull away at the end of the third. Thorpe gives it to Casey Capo for 3. The junior is just getting started. Here's Capo again with the ball. He attacks the paint and lays it in for 2 to give the Knights a 12-point lead. Las Lomas protects their lead in the fourth with some strong defense. Here's Estes taking the charge. The Knights hold on to win it 58-50. Senior JT Estes tells us what his team needs to do to be successful this season.
We just got to play harder than everyone else. We got to leave the gym thinking we're the most competitive team they've ever seen. We do that and we'll win. I tell them to stay composed on the court. You know, me and Blake, we got your back no matter what. Just stay composed, play your game, and we'll be fine from there.
In Las Lomas with our Blockbuster game, I'm Kiara Biagini, 49ers Cal High Sports Report. Now time for some girls hoops with San Leandro hosting Berkeley Thursday night. San Leandro took control of the game early. Beverly Bradley passes to the cutting Michaela Pakeman, who makes the easy lay-in, and still in the first quarter, here's Berkeley's own number 22, Yanira Gabriel, with the three-point splash, but the Lady Pirates would answer with their own 3. Janessa DeFranco's left wide open and hits the deep shot to give her team the comfortable lead. DeFranco finishing the game with a team-high 11 points. The Jackets try to narrow the lead with Jada McDonald's layup, but San Leandro closes the half with the 36-21 lead and keeping the momentum going. Sharpshooter Lindsay Marujo banks in her third three-pointer of the game. Berkeley trying to mount a comeback in the fourth. Monique Fisher puts it in for the quick 2, but San Leandro wouldn't go away. Bradley with the bounce pass to Tavali Tupauata, who lays it in. Then the Pirates going for the long ball, but the 3 is missed. DeFranco, right place, right time, grabs the offensive board and scores it herself to cap off a great performance. The Lady Pirates win it 70-50, improving to 7-1 on the season. Each week, the Harker School celebrates its pursuit of academic excellence with the Scholar Athlete Award. This week, we honor Midi senior captain Shannon Coyle. The 4-year starter is great in the classroom with a 4.4 GPA.
Brought to you by the Harker School. This week, Harker congratulates its varsity soccer and basketball teams for a winning week. Boys soccer picked up a pair. Girls soccer had a win and a tie. Girls basketball pulled out 2 wins, and the boys picked up a sweet solo win. At Harker, preschool through 12th grade students discover their passions. Learn more at harker.org.
Each week, Adobe brings us a tip on how to use great Adobe products to improve your highlight reel or team video.
Here is this week's Adobe tip. Okay, here's a tricky one that will save you a lot of time in your editing, especially with your long pieces. If you want to move everything over from one point somewhere in your timeline, you can try and lasso these pieces and move them over, but in a long piece with lots of edits, this can be tricky. The shortcut, with your timeline marker where you want the clip to move, hold down the A key to move that portion of your video to the right. Shift A to move it to the left. Easy, right? Coming up, outstanding girls basketball as Mission San Jose takes on Monte Vista.
But first, here's our Cupertino Electric Top 10 Power Rankings for boys basketball.
'49ers Cal High Sports Report is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Tri-Counties Bank, service with solutions. 12 locations now open in the Bay Area. By South County Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, Fiat. Drive a little, save a lot. By DGDG.com, where we want you to be a happy car buyer. And by the Serino Group, here for good.
Hi, Ed Graziani, a founding member of the Serino Group. I'm proud to support high school sports on the 49er Cal High Sports Report.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Pazine in Palo Alto, and I'm proud to support high school athletes on the 49ers Cal High Sports Report.
The Mission San Jose girls team is having another fine season. The Warriors are 6-0, but Doug Sakamoto's team facing a big test this week.
Really are, but on the bench is Oscar Sakamoto, Doug's father, and he helps coach. Used to be the Castro Valley boys coach.
It's a Sakamoto team.
The Sakamoto team, they do a great job. The Warriors meeting a Monte Vista team led by 6'2" sophomore Lana Wenger and her 14 points a game. The Warriors and Mustangs at Monte Vista this week. The captains for Mission San Jose and Monte Vista meeting at half court before the game. We start off with Natalie Leung finding Samuya Chon behind the arc, and she nails it to put the Warriors on the board. But Monte Vista replies. Kat Stewart to Lana Wenger for the three ball, and Wenger hits the three. Mustangs with the lead, 12-11 after one. That all changes in the second as the Warriors start to pull away. Karina Wu connects with Megna Nair for a beautiful three-pointer, 19-13 Warriors. Anne-Marie Garcia gets it to Nair here deep in the corner. 3 more points for the Warriors, and there was lots more where that came from. The Warriors take a 30-17 lead at the half. The Mustangs looking to close the deficit. Grace Rogers to Elizabeth Brown, who sends it over to Stewart, who drains it for Monte Vista. But it's all Warriors from here. Leung to Nair, and Megna does what she does best. Buckets on buckets for Mission San Jose. 40-26 was the score. Fourth quarter now, Garcia passing to who else? It's Nair again, drilling it from three-point land for the Warriors. And now it's Garcia again to Nair, sinking it from downtown as the Mission San Jose Warriors go on to win at 59-39. The Warriors undefeated on the season. An outstanding game by Nair with 33 points and 9 three-pointers.
The girls from Midian Foothill meeting in the Tri-Valley Classic at the Sycamore Sports Park in Danville Thursday night. Midi with control from the get-go. Savea Noonfinger slips it to Annalise Gadboy, but it misses just wide. Then we have Midi's Shannon Coyle with a chip shot. Noonfinger gets her body on it, and Emma Vayner tries to knock it in, but Madison Goldberg smothers it to keep it scoreless. And Foothill with the free kick. Peyton Ron's shot is just a tad bit high. And with 2 minutes left in the half, Midi trying to get on the board. Anna Sapien trying for the corner, but what a save by Goldberg. And with 13 minutes left in the game, we're still scoreless. Coyle's corner kick finds a mess of players. Holly Patek delivers the final blow. It slips into the corner of the net for the Monarch goal. That's Patek's first goal of her senior season, with the assist coming from Coyle. A couple minutes remaining, Kathleen Kring going for the equalizer, but Julia Alvarez falls on it and the Midi Monarchs prevail. They win it 1-0 behind Patek's goal and Coyle's assist.
The Menlo Atherton Bears are state football champions.
The boys meeting up with Shanberries from 99.7 now at the Rikes Center this week.
We're here at the Rikes Center in Menlo Park, the premier training facility on the peninsula where goals are achieved. Hey, it's Shan from 99.7 now, here with the guys of the Menlo Atherton football team. Woo! Guys, I have to give you a big congratulations because you guys just won state championships. Oh my God, please recap that game and tell us what that feeling was like.
It was a great feeling. You know, we've worked hard for this. Our boys putting in work every week, coaches coaching us. So having this win, it meant the world. being able to, come through a lot of adversity to get there and finish it was, it was a dream come true.
Awesome. Well, let's go over to the quarterback who made it all happen, right, guys? Yes! Jack, tell us what you think set your team apart from any other team in the league and what enabled you to get here to this point.
We just have a love for each other, and we came in every day willing to work hard and sacrifice to get what we wanted at the end. That was the state championship. And yeah, I mean, I have love for every one of these guys, and I'm sure they have same love for me and everybody else.
That's awesome. I could sure see the love around here. Let's go over to Jake. I love to end with traditions. Tell us some of those traditions for your team.
Yeah, I mean, we spend a lot of time together, obviously, but something that we kind of put in a couple years ago is team dinner before games every night. At the end of the week, after a long week of practice, we spend time with each other and get a chance to kind of relax before the game, and then let it all loose on Friday nights.
Well, you guys, it looks like you guys need to head out there after this because you guys did an amazing thing this season. Congratulations. Give it up for the guys of the Menlo Atherton football team.
Isaiah on me, Isaiah on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Isaiah! DGDG.com presents the Be Happy Play each week. This was a play in a game this week that made everybody happy. This week's Be Happy Play goes to
the Camp Lindo Cougars. Watch this fantastic goal line clearance from Vivek Lashkari. Vivek was pumped. The Cougars would go on to win the game over rival Acalanes, and that's the happiest play of them all. Go to DGDG.com to find out how you can be a happy car buyer.
Coming up, it's the Service by Medallion Play of the Week. Some great plays this week. We'll see who gets it next.
But first, here's this week's training tip by our good friends at the Reicha Center.
Hi, I'm Coach Tim Dempsey. Today's training tip is a proprioceptive exercise you can do on a foam roller about this size. Lie lengthwise, head to tailbone. Get a good base with your feet. Let's move them a little bit narrower. Arms come up. Maintains balance. Know where the floor is, pushing through the floors. If you want to make this a little bit harder, his hands can go back, maintaining rib cage down. We can progress it even further by moving his feet closer together. Okay, as he maintains that, we can lift up one leg, so he has to control on that. Go down, lift up the other. Okay, and go back on both legs. We can take one arm down behind, and he can lift up his opposite leg there. Holding from there. Good.
The winner of the Service by Medallion Play of the Week gets a hat, a very cool pair of headphones, and an invitation to our 49ers Prep End of the Season Awards Banquet right here at Levi Stadium. The date, May 20th.
We'll show you some really good contenders and then award this week's Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Up first, it was our Be Happy Play, but we're going to show this amazing goal line clearance one more time from Campos Vivek Lashkari. What a play. Evergreen Valley's Tricard got a poly, absolutely denying the shot. It's basketball season, you know what that means. Dunks. Kashad Johnson from San Leandro gets up high and slams it down, but our play of the week goes to Foothill Soccer goalie Madison Goldberg. The save was so great. She gets up high. It's Goldberg. You're coming to the banquet with the Play of the Week.
That's the Play of the Week, and that's our 49ers Cal High Sports Report for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Robert Braunstein.
And I'm Aubrey Tolliver. Join us next week. We'll show you the best games and features from this past year on our Best Of show. So tune in next Sunday. Happy holidays.